On the air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected with the Get Up and Go show. And now here's your host, Evan and Bonnie.
6:07 on the award-winning Get Up and Go show.
I know that's right.
You better believe it. Award-winning. We have so many awards. It's ridiculous.
I heard that.
That's right. A lot of awards, but one award you'll never hear said and given to us.
You my baby's daddy.
That's right. We're nobody's baby's daddy because all our kids are all grown up. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. And, it's an award-winning morning here on the Treasure Coast. Looking good on a Thursday. The weather's dry. And, if you're waking up and you're just dreading going to work so early, just keep in mind that it's a nice dry ride for
Bonnie,
your
you're
commute.
dressed like it's going to snow in here, for God's sake.
I was feeling rather chilly in my house this morning, so I was concerned. I know we have it chilly in the studio.
Always.
With the cold AC I was blowing, so I thought I'm going to
Right.
dress appropriately and keep myself warm throughout the morning.
Well, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of like, I feel bad because, I don't touch the thermostat, and now poor little Bonnie, I'm freezing her to her bones.
Oh, no, don't feel bad about it, Evan. I can always bring like a jacket, and, it might give me an excuse to bring my brand new sweaters in that I got for Christmas already.
You haven't worn them yet?
I haven't. And they have nice decals. I think a couple are of some snowman on the front and like little Santas going
I'm sure
on
if
the
you wear
front.
one of your sweaters, Fredo probably would say this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he'd love to see your sweaters.
Turtleneck sweater,
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
like
Yeah, man.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why I like to watch that 70s show, and I like it what Jackie wears on
What 70s show?
that 70s show.
Which one? Which 70s show?
The one with Jackie and Hyde and
What's it called?
Eric Foreman.
What's it called?
It's called That 70s Show.
That 70s show. Okay. All right, but what's the name of that 70s show? You keep saying it's a 70s show.
It is what it is. It's called That 70s Show.
Okay.
Called in parentheses That 70s Show.
Oh. So it's kind of like if I were to ask you who's on first.
Right.
No, who's on first?
Who is on first?
Right, exactly. Who's on first?
I don't know. Who?
I don't know who's on second.
You don't know?
No, I don't know who's on second.
Why don't you know who's on second?
No, who's on first?
Who?
Who is on first?
I don't know. Who
is on second?
First?
Right, I don't know who's on second.
Then who made it to third?
No, what's on third?
Oh, what is on third?
Yes, what's on third?
Really?
Yes, what's on third?
And then who hit that home run out of the park?
That's right. Who did hit a home run after he got on first?
Who's going to be a very popular guy or girl?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're going in circles with me.
Major League Baseball is back, and we got some scores, two from last night. We're going to run down.
We'll talk about that a little bit later on when we get to our sports and our news and all that good stuff.
I'm excited for you and all of the New York Mets fans in the area for them taking a win.
Yeah, definitely.
And
we'll talk about all that in our newscast a little bit later on. So how's your week been going so far? You've been working, you doing massages?
Yeah, I did some massages earlier in the week. I have some more to do tonight. I have a full tight schedule of requested people tonight.
Okay.
So a lot of my peeps, when we were shut down for like a whole month and a half at my workplace for Corona. We reopened in June.
Okay, I have to make a phone call.
Okay.
So, it's somebody's birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Whose birthday?
You'll find out in a minute.
Okay.
You'll find out.
Who dat?
No, who dat? Let's see first if they answer the damn phone.
Okay.
They never do.
Is this the kind of fella or lady that wakes up early with us?
With that. And by the way, that phone call, I know all about that.
Oh, wait, who's that? Bonnie in there?
Special.
Oh, is Bonnie in there?
I don't know.
All right, it is.
Why would I know?
It's Evan and Bonnie.
I don't know anything
I'm going to bet.
about
Want to bet Beggs and Aiken?
No.
I bet you Beggs and Aiken. This is Bonnie and Evan.
I might have something to do with
All right,
that.
good morning. You're on the radio. Hi there.
Happy birthday to you. This is your day. All this thing for you. We're gonna love you in every way.
Yeah, you better believe it.
That's a nice jam.
Thank you.
Boy, I tell you, you guys are something else. Hey, let me ask you, Evan and Bonnie. Bonnie probably is good at this. Evan, are you good at going to like the store and going in that aisle and picking out that perfect card?
I just kind of when I go get.
Be careful, because your wife's probably listening.
No, and she does. I don't really go through 10 cards and read each one, because that means I've got to pack a lunch and dinner and all that other stuff. I just kind of look, and when I see something that strikes me, I just grab it, I open it up, and as long as it's got a little bit of writing on the inside, I'll just take it. I never read it.
Because now, Bonnie, what about you? Because you're a girl, Bonnie. How do you do?
Well, I hope she's a girl.
Well, I have to read the card, but I'm like Evan. I don't want to pack my lunch and read a book and spend all day in the card aisle either. But I've heard of men to like give their ladies, say, like a Mother's Day card when it's her birthday. But, without even reading what the occasion is.
But guys, check this out now. And I'm not that. I don't want to do it. I mean, I do, but I don't want to go in there. I don't want to read them all. But Ray nailed this one, because this is how I feel. The card says, "Congrats to you for being another year awesome, and congrats to me for putting on pants and going to the store to get you this card."
Oh,
that says it all right there. That's
wow. Okay, that's impressive.
That is. Ray,
Okay.
Ray, did it take you all day to find that card?
I was in there about 8-10 minutes or so looking, because I saw another one that had a picture of an old man, and he had
stop it.
really
Don't even go there.
No,
no.
it's funny. He had a funny pair of underdrawers on, and he's like grabbing them, and it's like, happy birthday, creeping up on you.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
No, I'm not going to do that. Another one was with a news broadcaster on it, like a real geeky one back from the 40s or 50s, and it said, "This just in."
But you're old. But you're that dude, though, Ray. You're actually that dude, obviously, to sit there and go through and read through all of this.
I am
not that dude
It
at all.
took me about 40 minutes to get Mercy a card last
I know.
Oh, wow.
Well, when you're doing it for the woman, you got
Oh.
to. You can't come back home with some generic card
No.
that means nothing, that doesn't apply to her.
But I had to send it out, so I had to send it out a week early, because it took about 4 or 5 days to get there.
Yeah, but could you imagine you go to the store and you go to get a birthday card, and instead of a birthday card, inside the card it says this?
You my baby's daddy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened.
But that's funny what Bonnie said. Guys actually getting their girlfriends or getting their wives a birthday card, and it says Happy Mother's Day on it or something stupid like that.
It's
Yeah.
happened. Ray, you should have gotten G like a card with the Chippendale dancers on it, just to see the look on G's face.
Oh, I'd have paid money
that
for
part-
that one.
That part of my life is over.
Just you stop it.
Wow. So G, inquiring minds want to know, how old are you?
The big 6'4", Evan.
Are you really? Wow. Okay.
Happy birthday.
Now, Evan, you're coming up on me, aren't you? How old are you?
Well, I finally hit the 60 plateau, so I'm at 60.
Oh, he's joined the 60s club, and Ray joined the 60s club next year. We're not going to ask Bonnie.
Yeah, well, when Ray
No,
joins
Bonnie-
the 60s club, we're gonna play this. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got one coming up in a few weeks, dude.
Wow.
But I've got a few things in the bag that I got for G this morning.
Let me open the bag up
And
on the air.
I had to search all
Right.
over the place for that.
First
Well,
of
did you
all,
get him his ARP subscription first and foremost?
I've had that for years.
Thank you very much.
I
Okay.
got that when I was 20.
All right.
He got me this big, large, chunky bar. This is a 6-piece share pack. A
Oh,
chunky,
wow.
The milk chocolate with peanuts and raisins, no artificial flavors or color.
Okay.
Giant chunky.
He's
I
been-
found it.
He's been looking for that forever. And wait a minute, whatchamacallit?
What
Yeah.
else?
I've never had a whatchamacallit.
I know.
A whatchamacallit? What's a whatchamacallit?
My favorite candy bar, and I came out with a new one that I'm going to finally call the Thingamajig. But
Okay.
anyway.
Oh, okay.
He's got a
Thingamajig.
whatchamacallit here now. He bought this for himself because
No.
he just heard him say it's his favorite candy.
I
bar.
hope he
no,
didn't.
no,
I hope he
no.
didn't re-gift anything to you.
No.
Well, wait a minute.
Hey, wait.
It does say open before December 2018.
No.
Oh wow,
Wow. This is
Ray,
not that
shame on
exciting.
you.
No, it doesn't. No, because I got the same thing. So there we go.
Made with, Evan or Bonnie, have you ever had a whatchamacallit?
No, but I've had a thingamajig.
But have you had a gazinta?
Oh, definitely, and a zygozunt as well.
Wow.
I've had a
All right.
whatchamacallit, but I've never had a thingamajig. But
Okay,
when
well,
Ray invents them, I'll be glad to eat
Have
one.
you ever had a verklempt?
yeah, I've been for clump.
Okay.
You guys
Ray,
are
you
nuts.
should have bought G those Entenmann's. If I was in G's presence this morning, he likes the Entenmann's,
Yeah.
the cake patties,
Yeah,
and
but
the,
you know,
and the cookies.
In a roundabout way, though, G is a Meshuggah, but that's besides the point.
But, you guys are just all right. Well, Evan, I appreciate the call. Bonnie, I appreciate the birthday call. Thank you guys.
Well,
so much.
I
That's
you know,
really special.
we wanted to be the first one on your birthday to officially call you on the phone and
Surely.
say happy birthday.
Right on, baby. And I love the song.
Well, good. I'm glad. That's New Kids on the Block, by the way.
Oh, okay. Right
Yeah,
on.
right on. All right, man.
All right.
That
Have
is
a good day.
Good stuff.
I certainly will, man. Thank you guys.
Enjoy.
That was nice.
Later.
Thank you.
Bye bye. That was G and Ray
Yeah.
from our brother station.
I knew G had a birthday coming up in August, but thanks
Mhm.
to you, now I know it is today.
No, don't thank me. Thank Ray. He
Here-
texted me this morning.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Here I thought it was up and coming like in 5 days from now or
No.
something. So here's,
64. Wow.
Yeah, I
Man.
thought he was turning 62 for some reason.
No, 64.
Wow, man, does
64
time
years old.
fly by, doesn't
Tell me
it?
about it. And you know what's crazy is I started working for him back in, let me see, my youngest son was born in 1989. So I started working for him in 1988
Hmm.
at a urban radio station down in the Palm Beaches. It
Yeah.
was called WPOM back in the day. You having
That's-
problems over there?
I can't
Can-
seem to
you
hear
can't
myself
get it in the
this
hole
morning,
over
but
there, or
that's
what?
okay. Let's see. I started working for G in
Is it working?
2002, January
Well,
of
hold on.
2002.
That's because you see this right here? I'm
Yeah.
pulling your cord.
Oh, I'm putting the wrong cord in.
This one right here. That's your cord. Bonnie.
I see. Thank you very much.
See, this one is going over. That's going over there.
Yeah,
to,
but good
to
gosh,
these headphones.
now that I think about it, I've known G for what, 18 years already? 18
yeah, G
years.
and I go back to 88, so that's 98, 08, 18, 19, 20. I've known him for 32 years.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
where does the time go by?
It's crazy.
Yeah. And, to think back to some of my own radio friends and acquaintances back
Mhm.
too up in Wisconsin, some of those already for me are going back some 25 to 30 some years.
Oh wow.
And I just can't believe how time goes by.
I just
so
kind of got
completely.
freaked out a minute here because I just got a notification. My son left home, and I'm like 6:20 in the morning. Why is he leaving somewhere? But I forgot he has an opening shift this morning.
I thought, doesn't he start school? Didn't your boy start
No,
school
we don't
this
start.
week?
St. Lucie County doesn't start till the end of the month.
I keep thinking he's Martin County,
Yeah.
Evan. I'm
No.
sorry. Yes,
Nope.
St. Lucie County. That's going to be around the 24th.
Yeah,
or
something like that. Yeah, so
something
he's
like
going
that.
to work. He's got an opening shift at
Yeah.
Publix this morning.
But I remember the first time I met G. It was I met him down on the corner, right around
on the corner,
Jensen
the
Beach
street
Boulevard.
corner.
Yeah, that little roundabout by Tony Roma's down there, the restaurant.
Oh yeah, downtown Jensen.
So that's where I pulled up my car and I met him and Star Michaels at the time. His
Were you in the bright yellow banana?
worker on the radio. I was in a blue Firebird.
A Firebird.
Yes, with T-tops.
Where'd you get that at?
Up in Wisconsin, and we drove it down here. for
Really?
moving
That's before the Mustang.
before the Mustang. And
Wow.
then the first time
I had a
saw
Trans
G.
Am.
Did
back
you
in the
really?
day.
A Trans
I had a
Am. Did
silver
you have
Trans
the Burt
Am.
Reynolds Trans Am? Like
I didn't
in-
have the black one. I
Yeah.
had the silver one with the T-tops and the big eagle on the
Oh,
hood.
yeah.
It was sexy
You-
with red interior.
I just saw one of those not too long ago. We were out to eat at Hokkaido, not
Mhm.
this previous time, but
Mhm.
another time that we went. And there was a gentleman, he
Mhm.
had one of those Trans Ams out there, just like the one Burt Reynolds
Yeah,
had.
I had a
in
Trans
Smoky.
Am. I had a Z28.
Really?
Remember what those were?
Yeah, I
Those
sure
were the
do.
souped up Camaros.
They were the popular ones
right.
back in
I
the
had
time.
a Chevy Nova. I
Yep.
had a Pontiac Ventura.
Oh, wow.
My Pontiac Ventura was really cool. It was a 70. Oh, geez. I think it was a 77 Ventura,
Mhm.
and it had the big wide 50s in the back
Ooh,
with
man.
the 60s in the front and the Krager rims. I had carpet on the
That
dashboard.
sounds big and bad.
Well, I had carpet on the dashboard,
wow.
and I had the little dog in the rear window with the head bopping
The little
up and
bobblehead
down.
of the dog.
Yeah.
I remember those. I
Yeah.
think my uncle had one of them in his custom van. My uncle had the van too back in the day with the shaggy red carpets. There was white carpeting on the ceiling by a mirror, and
Yep.
they kind of shared a. It was just cool custom. I think it was his love machine or something.
Hey, the love machine. Come on in. We'll take you for a ride on the love machine.
Remember back when everybody seriously
Yeah.
had to get the vans
Yeah.
too at the time?
6:21 right now. It's news time. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A group of Martin County elementary school students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks because of coronavirus. WPTV's news anchor Michael Williams tells us more.
A group of Martin County elementary school students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks. The school district there tells us it affects students in one classroom at Seawind Elementary. Students on one bus route have also been told to stay home for 14 days after a peer showed possible symptoms of coronavirus. Today, just the second day back for Martin County students. The school district there is saying in part tonight, we continue to ask all of our students and employees to stay home if they're experiencing symptoms of illness. This is our number one risk mitigation strategy, they go on to say, and it cannot be stressed enough, end quote.
Governor Ron DeSantis with a pep talk from the state capitol as more Florida children and teachers go back to school.
In a brief dinner time address, the governor talked about some bad COVID numbers that were released this week, but spent more time focusing on the importance of getting kids back into schools. That prompted thanks to teachers and administrators.
Thank you for refusing to let obstacles stand in the way of providing opportunities for our kids. This has been a difficult time, but I believe your hard work will do more than you know in getting our society back on its feet.
The governor said the school year needs to start with options for parents so they can choose between schoolroom or online learning for their kids. I'm Rory O'Neill.
Meanwhile, there's a hearing in Tallahassee today on the Florida Education Association lawsuit challenging the emergency order requiring schools to reopen for face-to-face learning. FEA President Frederick Ingram says administrators and teachers are doing the best they can.
But guess what? They're doing it with lack of funds. And the governor has said nothing about money that is going to take to educate these children given our new normal.
School districts outside of South Florida risk losing state funds if they don't open with brick and mortar classrooms. On August 24, students in St. Lucie County will be heading back to school. 51% of students will be returning to campus. The other half will be taking classes from home virtually. WPTV's Derek Lowe has details.
Should a student test positive for COVID-19, school district officials say the health department will be doing the contact tracing to decide which students need to be sent home to quarantine.
The kids are going to go to school. They're going to get sick, unfortunately, and they're going to send them back. And they're going to shut down the school.
Stephen Mazzo is not optimistic about students returning to campus on August 24th.
I didn't think about it. I knew I wanted to keep her home.
On Wednesday, the superintendent announced students should avoid riding the bus if possible. And for those that do, there will be assigned seating.
We need the students in the same seats because if somebody does test positive and we do the contact tracing, then it's real easy to find out who sat close to that individual student.
At school, masks will be required. Anyone with a fever over 100.4 will be sent home.
There may be a couple of bumps along the way as we first roll this out because this is really going to be a little bit new, but we will have it fine-tuned very, very quickly.
Students at home will still have the option to pick up frozen meals on campus. Laptops will be given out on Monday, August 17th.
My School Online will not look like the last 9 weeks look because then we threw it together so quickly because we had no other option, and we got the computers out quickly. But now we've had time really to adequately train up our teachers.
Steven says he's having to hire a babysitter to watch his daughter since him and his wife both work. But because he has underlying health conditions, it's their only option.
Because we are going higher with the coronavirus, I think they should have waited to start school to maybe next year. In January versus now.
Visitors will be allowed on campus, of course, in limited numbers only. The superintendent says they will have to have their temperature taken, and they'll also have to fill out paperwork stating where they've recently been. Reporting in St. Lucie County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Lastly, as the governor says some coronavirus numbers can be stale, the Department of Health is reporting another 212 COVID-19 related fatalities. That takes the death toll past 8,600. And Major League Baseball scores to run down from last night. Chicago White Sox beat Detroit Tigers 7-5. The Colorado Rockies lost to the Diamondbacks 13-7. The Cubs, it was 7-2 over The Indians, Miami Marlins upset the Toronto Blue Jays 14-11. The Yankees 6-3 last night over the Braves. Phillies lose to Baltimore 5-4. The New York Mets take a win 11-6 to beat the Washington Nationals. Tampa Bay Rays winning over the Red Sox 9-5, and also taking wins. It was LA Dodgers and Texas Rangers yesterday. News time 6:26. Weather and traffic together are next.
$6:27 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Thursday edition. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, everything looking nice on the Treasure Coast this morning, and we're not finding any accidents to report, so you're really looking at a good ride now as you're heading out. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 78 in Stewart. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, warm and humid with a chance for isolated coastal rainfall. This afternoon, hot and humid with highs in the low 90s, partly sunny skies and breezy winds out of the southeast. Scattered showers and a few strong inland thunderstorms will develop, while rain chances will remain lower closer to the coast. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
I'm just trying to drive and you're screaming my name. All right.
Daddy! 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 Daddy!
And you say you gotta pee, but there is COVID-19. All right.
So can you hold it? No!
For like an hour?
No!
All of those restrooms, they don't get right. I can't let you go to pee your 'cause we are all just terrified.
It's another one of those parodies by that wonderful family who have not returned my emails at all.
Well,
Starting to get a complex.
Maybe they're a little bit busy and all. Maybe they have kids to get back to school and decisions to make too, Evan. And that's probably what they're doing.
Mhm.
This song kind of takes me out on I-95, as you're traveling with your kids.
Right.
And then you might be traveling for miles, like a big ride on 95, and the kids are in the back having to go potty. And then you have to take one of those funky exits that you're unsure of.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And you don't know where that road will lead you.
Yeah, you could just be on an endless highway.
But hopefully you're saying to a clean 7-Eleven
Yeah.
or Cumberland Farms.
Definitely so. 6:32 right now. Let's do some viral videos. So there's a video of a hotel worker who is narrating surveillance footage of herself performing the Heimlich maneuver and saving a man's life. The best part about this is that she's so matter of fact, she sounds almost bored while describing the video. Absolutely bored while describing the video. Let's listen in.
The footage you're about to see here is me saving a customer from choking. The customer comes down and he is unable to breathe and he's choking on some food that he ate for dinner. And so I go up to him to see if I could help. And the gentleman there is hitting him on the back. And I'm like, no, we need to do the Heimlich maneuver. So I try to do 2 thrusts, but I am shorter than he is. So on my 3rd attempt, I do get up on a step and I do 1 more thrust, and the object does appear to come out and he does start to breathe again. And I go and make sure that he is breathing and he's good. And then I go to the office to get some water for him. But I saved his life and everything's good.
I mean, she's just so monotone.
Yeah, she is. And, she's
It's like she was kind of bored.
She's kind of calm, but if she were around me and had to perform the Heimlich maneuver,
Mhm.
I would trust her to do that on me because of how completely calm she is.
Mhm.
She sounds like a lady that could probably be calm in any situation.
Mhm.
Of course, there she's just narrating it. She's not actually performing it.
Yeah, but she could have put some more oomph in the narration, though.
She should have watched Mrs. Doubtfire first.
Yes.
That part in the restaurant. I thought that was the best Heimlich maneuver I've seen with
Yeah,
Robin Williams.
Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire really laid into it.
Doing it on Pierce Brosnan in the restaurant.
Yeah, definitely so.
Now that one got you on fire.
Somebody filmed a grandma telling her back in the day story when Grandpa popped the question. Although popped isn't exactly totally correct. She says they were at a party when he suddenly just threw the ring at her. No proposal, just a flying ring.
Wow.
Grandpa's sitting next to her and he clearly is heard. He's clearly heard her tell this story about 1,000 times.
He's probably rolling his eyes. Going,
Yeah,
oh
so
boy.
let's listen in.
You know how I got engaged?
God.
First of all, I didn't even think I was getting a ring. But then Bubby had a party and I got a ring and everybody was there. And Grandpa, all of a sudden, we're sitting across from each other and he throws it at me. Like,
the ring?
Yes.
Yeah, through the ring. What a great way to propose.
And her husband looks like, he has his arms folded there too.
Yeah.
He looks like he has heard the story like more than a dozen
Yeah,
times.
I would definitely say so.
And, the grandkids could get bored after a time of a story like that too. But, when you really miss it and the old people around you telling the tales, Evan, is when they're gone.
Right.
Yeah. I found that out with my mother, who passed in February, that what I really miss about my mom is if I think about something from olden days and I have a question to ask her about some history or someone in the family, now I can't call and ask her anymore.
Yeah.
So-
You can't phone a friend like Millionaire,
Yeah. it just kind of like really hits you
Yeah.
those first couple of months where, wow, did I take
Oh,
this
yeah.
for granted before that I could just call them up and ask?
Yeah, my dad passed in 2007, and it's been 13 years. I was having a conversation with Gavin last night, and I said, "Do you actually remember your granddad?" And he said, "Yeah, I do. I remember Grandpa Joe, definitely."
Yeah,
But Gavin
yeah.
was only 4 years old at the time.
Oh, I
So we
bet-
didn't allow him to go to the funeral because that would have been kind of shell shock for him.
Oh, yeah.
To see somebody laying in a coffin.
Yeah,
So
it's,
we
that's-
just chose not to do that.
That has to be a big decision for moms and dads.
Yeah.
When do you allow or how soon do you tell?
Yeah. There's a throwback Thursday clip from Happy Days that shows why Fonzie is so cool. He's on the phone inviting a flight attendant to come over and be cool for the first time in her life.
Oh.
She asks what makes him think he's so cool, so he hangs up.
Oh.
She calls right back and he answers and says, "That makes me think I'm so cool." So let's listen in here. It's a great clip.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, the airline lady. Hey. Oh, yeah, he's a little crazy, but you take that as a cancellation. No, wait a minute. Don't go away so fast. Yeah, now let's talk about something important like you. What's a nice lady like you doing in a place like that, huh? Yeah, dull, humdrum life. Why don't you throw down your pencil and hustle over to my place and be cool for the first time in your life? What? Now, what'd you say? What makes me think I'm so cool? That makes me think I'm so
That's crazy.
Yeah, he hangs up on her, knowing she's probably going to call right back. She should have played the cool and done it in reverse and, had him waiting and sitting there. Okay,
Yeah.
Fonzie, you think you're so cool. Well, I'm not going to call you. Now
Yeah.
who's cool? But no, he knew that she would call him back.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I loved Happy Days. Man,
That's a good show.
That's a show that I could still find and put on and, just reminisce. I remember not too far ago, we tuned into the very first shows of Happy Days where I think it was Joni Cunningham that either she went to school or, I think she had to go to school in one of those old kind of rundown schools in the center of Milwaukee, like the bad neighborhood of Milwaukee. And that's how the episode started out.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like one of those timeless shows where you're still going to laugh at it and enjoy it today. I had the Happy Days board game when I was a kid.
They had a Happy Days board game?
They did. They had Happy Days and they had Laverne and Shirley.
Really?
Yeah. I remember like when I was a kid, so they could market things, they would just come up with these silly board games, that would, just have the covers of your like favorite TV show and kind of like based around them.
Right. Wow.
So,
I
wonder-
never knew that there was a Laverne and Shirley board game.
There is, and I'm wondering if they would still be down my old basement, like at my old house. I wonder if they would be worth any money now,
Anything is possible.
Do you have toys like saved from when you were a kid, or did your mom save any
We
of your
can't discuss the kind of
old
toys I have on
toys?
the air.
No?
No, we can't discuss
Any
those.
G.I. Joes or
No.
anything? Not a
Nope.
not a Barbie doll, maybe, but I don't know. Who
No, I had a
knows?
Barbie collection, but
Did
I
you?
sold it. Yeah.
Oh wow,
I had
that's
Barbie
cool.
dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Barbie dolls.
I didn't. Yeah, I guess I did have Barbie dolls when I was a kid. We had what were called paper dolls too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember those?
Yeah,
or
you
any
cut
of-
them out with a scissor.
Yeah, I mean,
And you'd like stack pieces of paper together, and then you'd open them up, and they'd be like an accordion.
yeah, and I actually had fun with my paper dolls. That brings back a pretty good memory from when I was a little girl.
Bonnie, did you know that new parents will spend an average of 45 hours choosing a newborn child's name?
Oh, real 45 hours.
Yeah, 45 hours.
That's a lot of dinner time.
That's 2
talk.
days. That's
Yeah.
2 days. They'll spend 2 days before they name their child. Now, my situation was a little different because when Gavin was born, we almost lost Rachel and Gavin. So after Gavin was born C-section, so the lady came into the room and Rachel was like knocked out. She was all drugged up.
Wow.
So, and we hadn't really talked about names. So we did, but we didn't. So the lady comes in the room and filling out the paperwork for the birth certificate. And I had said to the lady what, his name I thought was going to be. And then out of the clear blue sky, my wife shoots up in the middle of the bed, wakes up like poltergeist, and says, no, his name will be Gavin Michael.
It shall be.
And then she lays back down and passes right back out. I looked at the nurse and I just said, whatever she wants. That was it.
When she said that, though, did you kind of right away agree? Did you like the name?
Like I said whatever she wants.
Okay.
I wasn't going to
Yeah.
argue with a woman that just pushed a baby out.
Yeah, and for
especially
what
through her
she
stomach.
had been through, and
C-section, the whole 9 yards.
oh, that's an awesome story, though.
Yeah, no, there's more to that, trust me, but we can't get into it on the radio. It's too graphic. Anyway, did you know that we'll overeat 13 times November 22nd through December the 31st?
Ooh, and I've
Yeah.
already started overeating.
Yeah.
So it started out with the fettuccine and scallops that I made last night.
Oh, that sounds good. Did you make the white sauce?
I didn't make it from scratch. I bought the Prado Alfredo sauce.
Oh, you bought the Alfredo. Okay.
But I bought fresh scallops from the deli at Publix.
Now, do you pan sear them?
Yes.
In butter?
I do.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Did you know that 10% of us have been dumped by a partner in a car? You ever been driving down the road and your significant other just dumps you, breaks up with you while you're driving down the road?
Thank goodness that has never happened.
Okay.
I would probably just I would probably drive off the road or start crying.
I would push them out the door.
Oh,
sorry.
It would be dangerous.
You want to break up with me? Okay, there you go. Bam, right out the door.
And did you ever give anybody the breakup note while they were driving?
Not a breakup note. No,
Or
I didn't
tell
do
them-
no. I didn't do notes back in the day.
Oh, you didn't write notes like
No.
in the classroom or nothing
No,
like
we didn't
that.
do that. No, we definitely didn't do that. Did you know that over half of women take off their shoes when they get to their seat at the movies? How about do you take your shoes off when you get to your seat when you go to the movies?
When no, I don't take off my shoes at
Half
the
of
movies.
women do that. They take their
Yeah.
shoes off.
Yeah, we might go to that Sable Palm one in Fort Pierce this weekend, which I've never been to.
Okay.
And I think they have the nice reclining seats that are so comfortable.
Okay.
There I might, but I'm going to make sure I have some nylon stockings or some kind of coverings.
Did you know that 75% of raisins are eaten during breakfast time?
Uh-huh.
75% of raisins are eaten during breakfast time. Did you also know that 73% of people have recycled the gift of candles? Candles.
Yeah.
So have you ever gotten a candle and re-gifted it to somebody?
I haven't,
Mhm.
but if I did receive a candle where I didn't like the scent, some scents will throw you off.
Okay.
One may like it, the other, might not like it. And if it was the wrong scented candle for me, then I wouldn't feel bad about regifting it,
Okay.
giving it to a friend. I meant to do this yesterday too. You know what else was on sale at Publix again?
Oh boy, here we go.
A dozen roses and buy one, get one free.
You were going to get me roses? You were going to buy me roses?
I thought about it, and
Wow.
also I thought about bringing you some in for you and Rachel and for my friend
that's
Jody
sweet.
that works out in Port St. Lucie.
Okay.
And even get some roses to take home. I'll have to see if that sale's still going on.
Two for one?
2 for 1,
Oh, wow.
And if you have that certain someone that you're thinking of, that's not a bad idea. Like I would show a better workplace with gloves and my mask on.
Yeah.
And just say roses are for Jody.
You never know. You can go to bin deals. You might find roses in the bins.
I know.
Silk roses at that.
The plastic
And then they
ones,
last
too.
forever.
I do.
Right? That's the gift that keeps on giving.
Hey, I'm not knocking that. I do have silky plastic ones at home.
Nothing
that
wrong
are
with that at all.
Decorative. You never know what you find.
Nothing. You will never know what you're going to find.
Kind of break your back bending over and looking in the bins all
It's all
morning,
right.
but
Just don't fall in head first.
Yeah.
6:46 news time. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A group of Martin County elementary school students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks because of the coronavirus. WPTV's news anchor Michael Williams tells us more.
A group of Martin County Elementary School students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks. The school district there tells us it affects students in one classroom at Seawind Elementary. Students on one bus route have also been told stay home for 14 days after a peer showed possible symptoms of coronavirus. Today, just the second day back for Martin County students. The school district there is saying in part tonight, we continue to ask all of our students and employees to stay home if they're experiencing symptoms of illness. This is our #1 risk mitigation strategy, they go on to say, and it cannot be stressed enough, end quote.
On August 24, students in St. Lucie County will be heading back to school. 51% of students will be returning to campus. The other half will be taking classes from home virtually. WPTV's Derek Lowe has the details.
Should a student test positive for COVID-19, school district officials say the health department will be doing the contact tracing to decide which students need to be sent home to quarantine.
The kids are going to go to school. They're going to get sick, unfortunately, and they're going to send them back. And they're going to shut down the school.
Stephen Mazzo is not optimistic about students returning to campus on August 24th.
I didn't think about it. I knew I wanted to keep her home.
On Wednesday, the superintendent announced students should avoid riding the bus if possible. And for those that do, there will be assigned seating.
We need the students in the same seats because if somebody does test positive and we do the contact tracing, then it's real easy to find out who sat close to that individual student.
At school, masks will be required. Anyone with a fever over 100.4 will be sent home.
There may be a couple of bumps along the way as we first roll this out because this is really going to be a little bit new, but we will have it fine-tuned very, very quickly.
Students at home will still have the option to pick up frozen meals on campus. Laptops will be given out on Monday, August 17th.
My school online will not look like the last 9 weeks looked because then we threw it together so quickly because we had no other option, and we got the computers out quickly. But now we've had time really to adequately train up our teachers.
Steven says he's having to hire a babysitter to watch his daughter since him and his wife both work. But because he has underlying health conditions, it's their only option.
Because we are going higher with the coronavirus, I think they should have waited to start school to maybe next year. In January versus now.
Visitors will be allowed on campus, of course, in limited numbers only. The superintendent says they will have to have their temperature taken, and they'll also have to fill out paperwork stating where they've recently been. Reporting in St. Lucie County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
And since mid-February, Treasure Coast Food Bank has provided more than 2 million meals to people in need of food throughout the Treasure Coast. WPTV's Linny Supal has details.
A grim reality that's gripping the Treasure Coast.
The pandemic set us back again 10 years. And unfortunately, I don't see a full recovery here for a long time.
A hardship that Shayna Van Dunk knows all too well. The Fort Pierce mother lost her job when the pandemic hit. She turned to the food bank for help.
I just wanted to have food on the table for my child because he's important. He needs to eat. Those are the things you're most important in thinking about when you're going through stuff like this, like the pandemic.
The box of groceries fed her 2-year-old son's growing appetite.
He eats 3 times a day, plus snacks. Yeah.
And having a box was helpful.
Yes, definitely, including the milk. Because he drinks milk.
Over the last 6 months, the food bank has served more than 2 million meals. Funding from the United Way made it possible. But with ongoing food distributions and more demand to deliver meals to homebound seniors, the dollars are stretched thin.
Recovery is going to be a long time. We're here for the long haul.
As for Van Dunk, she's now working for the food bank, but says she'll never forget the struggle she endured. Grateful for the generous donations that got her through it.
It's a stress, but then it takes some of the relief off when you have places like this to give you food.
In Fort Pierce, Linny Supal, WPTV News Channel 5.
And lastly, as if you needed another thing to add to the horrible things that have happened in 2020, you can now add Dr. Pepper to the list of items you may struggle to find. There seemed to be a shortage of Dr. Pepper in the stores due to this quarantining. And now we'll look at sports. Our NBA scores in last night's action. The LA Clippers beat Denver Nuggets 124-111. Miami Heat only losing by 1 to the Oklahoma City Thunder yesterday. The 76ers get beat by Toronto Raptors 125-121, and the Pacers beat the Rockets 108-104. In NHL, Boston Bruins take a win, and so the New York Islanders Our news time is 6:51. Weather and traffic together are next.
.652 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, traffic is looking fine on this Thursday morning. We're not finding any accidents, including the Turnpike and I-95. All is looking well as you're heading out. There's your latest look at traffic. And a mild morning, too, 78 in Stewart. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, warm and humid with a chance for isolated coastal rainfall. This afternoon, hot and humid with highs in the low 90s, partly sunny skies and breezy winds out of the southeast. Scattered showers and a few strong inland thunderstorms will develop, while rain chances will remain lower closer to the coast. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email. WSTU morningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
We are finally halfway through this awful doomsday. Check the news and hold your breath, never knowing what is next. Chorus. Is it me or are we cursed? 2020 is the worst.
I gotta give the guy a lot of credit for doing the Chicago parody on that one.
I thought it was very
Right?
good. Yeah.
25 or 6 to 4 changed it up to 2020 is the worst.
It is. And, he got that good and moving, and it gave me the same feeling as hearing the original
Yeah,
25.
the horn section in the background and everything.
Yeah, he had it happening. I wonder if Fredo could, come in and emanate that one. And,
We'll have to ask Fredo if he can do that.
Yeah, man.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe he's hearing us and he's getting all worked up for it, Evan.
I don't know. Anything's possible.
Shining his horns and getting them
Yeah.
ready. And
Yeah. Now, do you have to go to work later today, by the way?
Yeah,
do you have
I do.
massages to do?
Oh, it's a long day for me.
Okay.
I
How
won't-
many you have on this slate
The
today?
slate for today is going to be around 5.
You have
and
5 massages
yeah,
today?
and they're
Your
gonna be-
hands are going to be toast.
Yeah, people that I know, it's all by request. So I'm gonna.
You're going to be coming in tomorrow. Your hands are going to be like this. They're going to be like this. You're not going to be able to write or do nothing.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm going to be stretching a couple of people too.
Wow.
Giving them the passive stretches, which we do, which is really nice because you don't stretch yourself. I stretch you. Therefore,
Okay.
we call it a passive stretch.
Maybe we could have a listener come in and lay down on that table back there.
We could.
And put a little padding on it, and you do like a massage on Facebook Live.
We could, or I
That
could
would be interesting.
Maybe bring in my massage table for
Yeah,
one.
that would be
And,
interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if we
Wow.
could do
talk,
this.
talk through. Put a headset mic on you, and you kind of talk through what you're doing as you're doing the massage.
Yeah, I wonder if one of our listeners would like to do that. Come in
That
for
would be a lot
stretch.
of. That would be a lot of fun.
That would be.
That would be a
I
lot
wonder.
of fun.
I think we could do that because I am
All right.
certified for
All right.
it.
We're WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next, and then hour number 2 of the Get Up and Go show.
On air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected to the Get Up and Go Show. And now here's your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Good morning. I have an exciting announcement.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Today is Thursday.
Oh my god, that is so exciting.
No. Wait, what? What is so exciting?
It's almost Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday.
That is exciting.
So get excited.
I'm so excited to get started. Now take your position. It's showtime.
Showtime. Thursday. Starship Enterprise is off and running for a Thursday.
And you be Captain Kirk, I'll be Spock.
Yes. Well, that means you have to get your ears all pointed.
Yeah.
That just wouldn't be good.
We got to find someone to play Scotty.
That could be Phil.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt. 7:07, the Get Up and Go Show. It's a Thursday, Throwback Thursday. And tomorrow is Falls Count Anywhere Friday. That means that anything goes on Friday.
I don't know what we're going to do, Evan, because last week got pretty wild.
That's all right.
I might have to wear some wild hairs in here.
I'll bring a face shield in. Did you get the blonde wig yet?
I didn't go back there.
You need to go get that blonde wig.
I bet somebody grabbed it by now. And you know
Okay.
that the hair was so perfect on it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the kind of wig I would want to wear because the hair was so pretty blonde and just perfectly straight. And
oh wow!
Oh man, I should have purchased it.
Coming up at 7:30 this morning, Joe Catcherbone's going to be here from the Martin Stewart Chamber of Commerce. Notice I didn't say St. Lucie.
Yep, and you know,
Don't want to tick off Teresa Aronson up there.
no, Thursday comes around so quickly to here, Evan, that I forget. When Joe comes up at 7:30, I'm like, oh yeah, we got Joe Catchenbone on.
Yeah.
It doesn't already feel like Thursday to me.
And then on Friday, it's the return of 5-second rule with Stewart Police Department.
I know this is
The
getting good.
the reigning champ is going to be back.
They have been so close with their playing.
The
and
detective is going to be here.
I have to say, just hats off to everybody that plays because, they come on for the first time with the 5-second rule. It gets
Mhm.
you a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
But then I'm finding that they're playing very well and the games have been very close.
It's very competitive.
It is.
It's going around the entire department because I send them the audio after the program is over.
Yeah.
And then the audio gets distributed throughout the entire department so everybody can hear how everybody sounds and if they embarrass themselves or anything like that. But,
Yeah.
the big one is going to be when the chief comes in here.
And nothing to be embarrassed about because you can get the question where you might not have any knowledge about, that question. If you get a topic, maybe you're just not familiar with that. So
Mhm.
sometimes the questions are thrown at you and they're out of your control.
Yeah, I think for the final one that we do, I think we may have to do a 2-parter to really, they're going to have to really earn this. So we'll do like part 1 up till 8:20. We'll do news, and then we'll put Randy Siegel off for a day, and then we'll do part 2 at 8:30.
Do like a double header with
Yeah, we'll
it.
do a double whammy.
Yes.
And then this way there can be part 1 and part 2, kind of like a double header of a baseball game. And then Ellie's will be involved as well. And maybe we can get Chef Mark to come in and present the winner
Mhm.
with whatever it is.
Perhaps bring us a little breakfast
Yeah.
sample too.
Well, I don't know. Boy, you're begging for food already. Jeez.
I'm a little bit hungry, and I shouldn't be because I ate all that pasta late last night, and I shouldn't be hungry at all this morning.
Well, it's time for birthdays and anniversaries back in the day. So let's do this. And of course, it's time for birthdays, anniversaries back in the day. And Bonnie, we'll let you start first.
I guess happy birthday to our good friend, Mr. G.
Yeah, Mr. G, 64 years old today. 6'4". That would mean he was born in 1956.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, been a great friend, a great mentor to me throughout the years, and I know you and Evan have known him many years.
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
I have to wish some friends of mine a very happy anniversary. I did their wedding 4 years ago today. Jennifer and her husband, Doug. They're celebrating their 4th wedding anniversary. And I don't normally get emotionally invested in a ceremony But this one, I don't know. It was just really special. And I got extremely, very emotionally invested to the point where now we're really good friends.
That's awesome.
And we were just business clients back then.
Yeah, it's just lovely how these friendships develop over the years.
Yeah,
and what you can do with them.
without a doubt. Lennon Stella is 21. That's Raina's talented daughter, Maddie, on Nashville. Her sister, Maisie, plays her little sister, Daphne, and they have a website together called LennonandDaisy.com.
Mm-hmm.
You might also remember Lennon for her solo song, Like Everybody Else.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that.
DeMarcus Cousins is 30 years old today. That's the NBA All-Star who now plays for the Lakers. Sebastian Stan is 38. That's the Winter Soldier in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Andy Griggs, 47 years old today. You happen to know who he is by any chance, Bonnie?
Andy Griggs. Let's see. Would he be a famous restaurateur?
No, he's a country music singer.
Oh, I
He was
should
a
have known.
one-hit wonder. Tonight, I Want to Be Your Man was his
okay.
hit. John Slattery is 58 years old. That's Roger Sterling.
I thought that was a country music singer.
No.
John Slattery.
No, John Slattery, 58. That's Roger Sterling on Mad Men.
Okay, Mad Men.
Danny Partridge, otherwise known
yeah.
as Danny Bonaducci,
Mm-hmm.
61 years old today.
61 today.
Yeah.
Man, has he come a long way, don't
Yeah.
you think?
And then some.
And, he's a very strong DJ, too, out in L.A. I think he's done, like, L.A. mornings, and he's a morning talk show host as well.
Yeah, I'd like to get him on the program sometime.
I know. He would be, he would be one of the most interesting ones of that whole era of television to talk with, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Kevin Tighe is 76. That's John Locke's father on Lost. He was also the con man who ruined Sawyer's life when he was just a boy. Jocelyn Elders, 87 years old today, the first African-American Surgeon General. Ironically, Bill Clinton fired her for encouraging masturbation education.
Wow, he fired her for that.
Yes, he fired her.
I
for
don't
that.
even remember that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Celebrating birthdays in the heavens, Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock. Wow. He's lived to be 79 years old today. Brett Lahr, the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, wow.
Celebrating a birthday in the heavens.
Yep. We just had the Tin Man celebrating a birthday in the heavens this week.
Dan Fogelberg. Remember him?
Yes.
Hits like in the 1980s, longer. 81, he had leader of the band. And Same Old Lang Syne.
Same Old Lang Syne was my favorite.
Yes.
I like to play that like around holiday time and Christmas time every year. If we go on the road, if we have to travel I-95 for a really
road again.
long drive, we play that Same Old Lang Syne. I
Okay.
just love it.
Fidel Castro celebrating a birthday up in the heavens. He would have been, let me see here. He was born in 26. He died in 16. So that's 89. Wow. He was like 80 years old, I think.
Yeah, 80. Yeah,
80 years old or 90 years old.
Yeah, he was up there too
Yeah.
when he died, I think.
Don Ho, Tiny Bubble singer.
Mm-hmm. I remember
Celebrating a
him.
birthday in the heavens.
Nice Hawaiian singer, and they used to advertise those Don Ho albums every night when I would get home when I was a kid. That and Slim Whitman they had too every night. And
Yeah, it says that he was one of the most successful hoes of all time.
Oh,
No pun there.
and you know what? I think my mom too had his record album. I remember that.
Tiny
him,
Bubbles.
Big smile on his face on her record album.
Pat Harrington celebrating a birthday in the heavens. That's Schneider on the original One Day at a Time.
He played the nicest. He was the janitor in the building where the girls lived, the apartment building.
Mhm.
He played the nicest fella on that show.
We have 22 days until Labor Day weekend. That's
you
going to be
imagine?
another one of those weekends where everybody's going to get together.
Yeah.
They're all going to crowd the beaches. And I can almost guarantee you something's going to happen where the beaches are going to get shut down again. I got a funny feeling that's going to happen.
It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does.
It's like telling me, oh, maybe if I was intending to go to the beach for Labor Day, maybe I should plan otherwise already, because you're right. Maybe they will be closing down.
Yeah, 47 years ago today, in 1973, Leonard Skinner released their self-titled album, Leonard Skinner.
And my brother had that album. I think it was like a blue and white album with the black gold letters that said Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to think it said Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Yeah, they had hits such as Gimme 3 Steps, Simple Man, and Freebird. We have a phone call right now. Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Lynyrd Skynyrd? Really?
Lynyrd Skynyrd, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then my brother goes, "No, Bonnie, it's Lynyrd Skynyrd." He started to laugh. But just the way it was spelled, Lynyrd Skynyrd, is what it looked like to me.
And a good morning to you, Phil.
Good morning. What y'all up to?
Not much. Oh, about 6'1" on this side, 5'4" on the other side of the table.
Thank you for giving me an inch.
Oh, you're 5'3"?
Yeah.
Hey, look, if you want to take an inch from me, I'll give you a whole yard. Okay?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, I'm starting early.
We need a yardstick over here because we're practicing social distancing.
Yeah, and then some.
We have to stay 6 yards apart.
Yeah, 6 feet, not
yards
6 yards.
apart. That's
6
feet, like
feet.
6 yards. Yeah.
6 feet. I'm not
Good
contagious.
Lord.
Trust me. So what's on the agenda today for you, Mr. Phil?
Oh, it's a work day today. And
Is it?
Yeah, and then I gotta get the haircut today.
Okay.
Yay.
All right. Yay. Well,
Yeah, I'm
now
so
what time
happy.
does your workday start?
9:30 a.m.
Okay, and how far are you from the Palatial Studios here in Stuart, Florida?
When I go to work,
Yes.
maybe a mile or two.
Are you? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I have something I need to discuss with you that could involve you possibly.
Uh-oh.
Yes. It could involve. I may need your assistance.
Do I need to wear a hazmat suit or anything? Like that?
No hazmat suit. No hazmat suit needed. I'll text you the information here shortly
okay.
once we get done
But
after we get into
I
the
had
news.
something happen last night. It made me cry.
You had an
Literally.
epiphany?
No. See, I go to pop in the movie Cannonball Run on Blu-ray
Mm-hmm.
because it looks amazing on Blu-ray.
Excuse me, you have Blu-ray. I don't.
Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
actually have 4K also.
Oh,
You don't.
excuse me.
4K? What's that?
That's above.
Bonnie, you're living in the cave.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I've only heard of Blu-rays. So
Once
I don't know.
you watch a TV show in 4K, you'll never go back.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go to pop in Cannonball Run that I have on Blu-ray, and
Right.
I dropped it, and it cracked the disc in two, and it's out of print.
Oh.
I'm like,
What?
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Did you go on Amazon or eBay and try to find it?
Yeah.
And?
It's out of print.
Oh no.
That is so depressing.
Yeah.
Can you
I'm
tape
like,
it back together?
You can't tape a disc back together.
Well, I don't know. You know,
You know that.
I know that. I'm just kidding.
And you
I'm
know,
just
when
kidding.
when Burt Reynolds died, I bet everybody was looking for that one too, Cannonball,
probably.
and we had to right away go and rent Smokey and the Bandit, and I was surprised to find that we got it for free.
Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray. Smokey and the Band. It looks great.
Oh, that's classic. That is
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It is. If it
So
comes to a drive-in or anything on the big screen with that, I would go back and see it on a big screen in the
I
heartbeat.
actually partook in some of the filming of that show. Remember when the vehicle went through the milk truck?
Yeah.
I was there for that filming of the scene down in Fort Lauderdale. Actually, it happened in
Oh.
Coral Springs.
Yep, you're right. I think it
when
did.
they did that. I
think it
was
did
there
that
for
area.
that scene. And it was one of these scenes where it was one take. You got to get it right the first time because you can't redo it.
Wow.
Yes,
That's awesome.
it was pretty cool.
You don't forget that.
No,
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Well, you know that movie True Lies 2 with it's Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I had Arnold Schwarzenegger on my late night radio show when he was filming that.
Oh yeah, and you see what they did down to 7 Mile Bridge down in the Keys with the old bridge. And
Yeah.
and for that movie they made an action scene and kind of busted it apart.
Wow.
That's okay. They need to do that anyways. Get rid of it. So,
Well,
you know.
I kind of enjoy looking at that old bridge when I'm traveling on the new one there. So take that, Phil.
Wow. Do you just spit in the microphone?
Wow.
That wasn't right.
You just spit in the microphone. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
We're
now-
going to have to sanitize that thing like really.
don't spray Lysol and short it out.
No,
You
yeah.
know,
Don't
yeah,
don't
do
spray
that.
Oh, yeah.
Lysol. All right.
Good
Anyway, we got to get to news, Phil. So I'll text you here in a moment.
All right, man. Talk
All
to you
right.
later.
Take care, buddy.
All right,
Thanks for calling in. 7:21 right now. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A group of Martin County Elementary School students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks because of coronavirus. WPTV's news anchor Michael Williams tells us more.
A group of Martin County Elementary School students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks. The school district there tells us it affects students in one classroom at Seawind Elementary. Students on one bus route have also been told to stay home for 14 days after a peer showed possible symptoms of coronavirus. Today, just the second day back for Martin County students. The school district there is saying in part tonight, we continue to ask all of our students and employees to stay home if they're experiencing symptoms of illness. This is our number one risk mitigation strategy, they go on to say, and it cannot be stressed enough, end quote.
Tropical Depression 11, which is churning in the Atlantic Ocean, is expected to strengthen into Tropical Storm Josephine, according to the National Hurricane Center. WPTV's chief meteorologist Steve Weigel keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Josephine.
The tropics are starting to get a little more active. We have still a tropical depression, number 11, expected to become Tropical Storm Josephine about 2,000 miles away from South Florida, and expected to turn to the east before we get any closer to us. There's a look at the forecast track. This just came out from the Hurricane Center, bringing it to a tropical storm in the next 24 hours, although that's been the trend for the last couple of days. And then eventually a turn toward the northwest and weakening once again as it encounters some shear and just really unfavorable weather conditions out day 4 and day 5. So it's expected to stay weak and stay well east, not only of Florida, but the Bahamas through the weekend and early next week, and just to the north of Puerto Rico on Sunday. The computer model tracks in very good agreement, and they've been very consistent the last few days, making that turn northwest and then eventually north toward Bermuda. But as a week, just really a rainmaker and a gusty wind maker.
She's a woman of color, a California senator, and a historic vice presidential pick for Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden. But will Kamala Harris appeal to Florida voters in November? Political scientists at Florida State differ on that question. And WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders has this.
The first question, will Harris's state of California help or hurt? Florida State political scientists Carol Weissert and Hans Hassel agree voters here won't much care.
It might be some difference when we had a Floridian on the ballot.
The Biden campaign was looking at this and saying, we're not going to get a huge bump out of a vice presidential candidate anyway. All right, let's pick somebody that we trust.
Opinions differ on black voters. Weissert says Harris could energize the electorate's 13%, unlike 2016, when the presidential race lacked a person of color.
The black turnout was very disappointing to the Democratic Party. And the race was very close in Florida, as it always is. So I think this could be very important for Florida.
Hassel thinks it won't really matter, but that the Biden camp didn't want to take a chance.
This cannot hurt us, and it may possibly help us.
More disagreement on independents, who represent about 28% of Florida's voters. Hassel believes they'll focus more on the top of the ticket.
Looking at the presidential options and saying, right, this is really what is going to matter.
Weissert suggests Harris could win over women if attacks against her are deemed sexist.
Women voters are going to be really attuned to those subtle and not so subtle, misogynistic, frankly, comments.
The professors did find consensus again on Harris's record. Though she has a past to defend, they both say picking a vetted politician avoids surprises.
She's been an executive, she's been in the legislative branch, so she really has a lot of experience.
It's not going to make waves, but it's also not going to make waves in the negative direction for the Biden campaign as well.
Lastly, Jacksonville-based Steinmart is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. CEO Hunt Hawkins said the impact of the coronavirus pandemic in a challenging retail environment has caused significant financial distress on their business. The Tampa Bay Lightning and Columbus Blue Jackets will meet in Game 2 today in Toronto in the Stanley Cup quarterfinals in Toronto. Tampa Bay won the first game on Tuesday 3-2 after 5 overtimes in more than 6 hours. Our news time is 7:26. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
7:27 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
It's a smooth morning here on the roadways. It's really going to be nice if you have to go to work. We're not finding any slowdowns on US 1, and the major highways are clear. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 77 in Port St. Lucie, and here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, warm and humid with a chance for isolated coastal rainfall. This afternoon, hot and humid with highs in the low 90s, partly sunny skies and breezy winds out of the southeast. Scattered showers and a few strong inland thunderstorms will develop, while rain chances will remain lower closer to the coast. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
7:30 on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for our weekly visit with the gentleman that heads up the Martin Stewart Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Joe Catrabone is joining us right now on our line. Joe, good morning. How are you doing? How's the family and the extended family doing at the chamber?
Everybody's doing great, thank you, and I hope you all are as well. Bonnie, I hope everything is well with you too.
Thank you, Joe.
We're doing great. I mean, we're working hard and trying to get as much as we can accomplished. We're not making much money, but we're busy.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah. So what's transpired over the last week at the chamber, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, as I mentioned before, we're going through the budgetary process. We have to present it to the board in September for our October 1 is our fiscal year. We're going through a board election right now. We'll announce who the candidates are. We have 5 new board members coming on. And so in just trying to plan one of I've got to do at least a couple of different budgets, one without any special events at all. And special events is usually, it's not a large percent of our budget, but it's probably 15-20% of our budget. But that's a big chunk when you have to take that out. And basically, I'm preparing one budget with no special events at all. But yet now we had a breakfast yesterday. We had 52 people, and it was live, sit-down breakfast.
Oh, wow. Where was that at?
It was out at Hutchinson Shores.
Oh, with my good friend Tom.
Yeah, it's great, and they do such a great job, and it's such a beautiful facility. So George Stokas, Assistant County Administrator, was there, and he explained, and one of the reasons I wanted George there, we also did a Zoom with him, to explain to businesses the grant, the $20,000 grant. We spoke about it a little bit last week, available to businesses, and who is eligible and how to apply and things of that nature. And then there was a Q&A after. We had to finally cut the Q&A off because we were running out of time, but that's how much interest there was in it, because if, I mentioned this last week, any business out there, hair, especially hair salons and nail salons, which a lot of, those people kind of they were sort of limited what they could get on the PPP. So here's an opportunity for them to reimburse. You can't reimburse lost revenue.
Right.
What you can reimburse if you had to shut down is your rent, your utilities, things of that nature. So that a lot of people don't get it and don't understand it. So George does a really great job, a thorough job of explaining it. And so and then also, I don't know if we talked about it last week, United Way has also partnered up with the county, still part of the CARE program, with a program to pay people's rent, to pay people's mortgages, to pay people's utilities. So that's another $10,000. I think it could go up to $10,000. So that's a total of $30,000 available to local businesses. They've got to. They're being very cautious. In a lot of other counties, there were a lot of scams. As soon as something like this comes out, the scammers get to work.
Right.
And if they spent as much time contriving these devious things, if they spent that much time putting it to positive things, wouldn't that be a great thing? Think about the talent it takes to create a devious scam.
Yeah.
Apply that to a positive thing, and you've got something, But unfortunately, it's been since the beginning of time, and I guess it will be to the end of time. That's just what people do.
Because then they could be beating out the person or the business that really needs it. And that's what's terrible about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Joe, who actually goes through all that, and decides who's in and, who's out of getting the grants?
Good question, Bonnie. George explained that yesterday. It actually has to go through 4 processes. Now, it's not unlike most government programs. This is really a minimal of craziness. It's 4 steps, but it's bam, bam, bam. And I don't remember the departments it goes through. They want to move it through quickly. They want to use up the money so they're eligible for more. But they assure everyone that the bureaucracy is at a minimum. They really want to get this done. They really want to be able to, as I say, like Palm Beach has run out of money already. We want to run out of money so that it makes it eligible for more of our local businesses and residents.
Yeah,
but it's going to be a quick process. Anybody that is interested can go on the county website and get more information. And you must go to the Peter and Julie Cummings Library in Palm City to get an application. So
we brought up the people that own properties too last week, like landlords.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who, saved and took chances and, to purchase their properties. And it sounds to me like if they would be helping people that were really down out with these mortgages and quickly, then that would trickle up and help those landlords that would be losing out too.
It's interesting, Bonnie, that George brought it up. He said, I really feel sorry for these landlords. He said, oh my God, you can't evict anyone. Yet they've got to pay their mortgages and pay their expenses and things of that nature. So unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword, but it is what it is, and we have to live with it and go with the flow, so to speak. So I encourage anybody, check it out, and get that application and fill it out. And it's not a huge bureaucratic nightmare, according to George, and I believe him. I mean, George, obviously assistant county administrator, but he thinks like a business person. He doesn't think like a bureaucrat.
Mm-hmm. So if he's an assistant county administrator, does he work right alongside our Taryn Krista?
He does.
I see.
So,
okay.
So Taryn is the county administrator, and then George is a assistant county administrator, and Don Donaldson is deputy county administrator. So at one time, 4 or 5 years ago, Taryn had all of that responsibility on herself. When Campy and Harold got reelected and Doug got reelected a few years ago, they went to work immediately to change that. And all of that happened right after the 2016 election. They made those changes and allowed Taryn to be able to promote two of her staff to take some of the pressure off of her.
Yeah, that's a big responsibility.
Yeah, it is. And Taryn, her job, she was a finance person before she was county administrator. And there's nobody knows the budget and the finance of this county better than Taryn Krista. And that's where she is able to, I'm assuming that's where she's able to spend more of her time now than I don't want to say mundane things, but the other operations of the county.
Operations. Evan and I got to see her yesterday, Joe.
Yeah, she popped in on us here yesterday. She surprised the living daylights out of us.
She's dynamite. She is just dynamite. She's the best.
Yeah, good lady, and we sure enjoyed having her here. We would enjoy you to come here again too when you feel safe so to do so.
Well, I didn't know you were open to visitors again.
Yeah, we can have people, so you're more than welcome if you want to pop in. That's fine. Just let us know if you're going to be here next week, and we'll make sure and leave the door open.
Okay. Well, right now let's think about remote. Unless if I change my mind, I'll call you or whatever.
Okay. No problem at all. So if people want to reach you and get a hold of you in regards to the chamber, what are some of the different ways people can get a hold of you?
Well, they can call me certainly at 772-287-1088. My extension is 108. Or they can go to our website, www.stuartmartinchamber.org.
All right. Now, let's discuss, because we have a few more minutes, Joe, and I wanted people to understand that have businesses out there, it is beneficial for them to join the chamber. What are some of the benefits of joining the chamber?
Well, obviously, what we just talked about is we're helping. I can't tell you how many hundreds of people we've helped with their PPP applications to apply for SBA loans. Now with the county loan program and United Way, we're involved in all of that stuff. But there's so many other things, Evan, because right now, one of our biggest assets always has been networking. And of course, right now we're hamstrung with networking, although we did have a breakfast yesterday with 52 people, as compared to normally we would have 125 people. But we're still we're networking on Zoom. The only area, and I think this speaks volumes of the way people think, the only area in our budget that we are running ahead is in advertising. Our book is, this is the final week. Our book will be going to print probably in 2 weeks. All of our members are listed in that book, and I don't know if you've ever seen it or not. It's also a community guide and membership directory. Our website is just going crazy with advertisers. So you've got that opportunity to do email blasts and things of that nature. We reached 3,300 people with 3,300 business people with one email blast. We have committees that sit down and meet with Taryn Krista and George Stokas and Don Donaldson, the county administrators, as well as our legislators. We lobbied Tallahassee. We travel to Tallahassee during session to meet with the governor or meet with our legislative delegation. We have a very close working relationship with Brian Mast, and as a matter of fact, any congressman who filled that seat, we've always had a great rapport with them. Look at what Brian's done with the river. I mean, it's just amazing. Now he's introduced legislation that would be illegal to dump into the river. Even the Corps of Engineers, and I don't know where that's going to go. But more than anyone, since I've been here in that congressional seat, Brian Mast has done a fantastic job on the river. So we're involved in so many different things. Anyone who needs to know, please call me. Call one of my staff. We'll get together and let you know so many benefits of belonging to the chamber. And by the way, if I could, we had pretty good last 10 days. We've brought in about 7 new members.
That was going to be my final question to you, was if
Yeah.
you've gotten any new members since the last time we talked, and if so, who are they?
Yeah, that's a great sign because, it means the economy's loosening up a little bit. But okay, the Taco Shack on Colorado Avenue.
Taco Shack,
Oh my!
yeah.
You just made me very hungry.
They have like
Taco Shack.
zillions of different kinds of tacos.
Yeah, exactly. And we have perfectly legal office solutions. Sean Kelly, she's home-based and does legal services, obviously. Cork, K-O-R-K restaurant, the old Courtyard Grill on Dixie Highway.
Okay.
The gentleman that's running the place, his mom and dad used to own a Stewart Grill and Ale. They owned it for many years.
Mhm.
They do catering, and there's meeting facilities. They have cocktail lounge, a large patio area outside. RK Hansen Construction Company in Hope Sound. They're a contractor. They design buildings. They do kitchen and bathroom remodeling. That's one of their fortes.
Mm-hmm.
Ray's Professional Exterior Cleaning and Restoration. I don't think I have to talk too much about that. They do roofs and regeneration and pressure washing and seal coating. I also do home improvements. Island Blue Service, another pressure cleaner. Tom Sadler. He's out of Palm City, and he also does roofs and brick pavers and things of that nature. The CI Group, home-based, they're on Monroe Street. They do commercial office furniture and design. And then we have the Roasted Record. I think we talked about it. Is that the coffee place on Colorado?
Yes.
Yep.
Did you all try that?
Not yet.
I'm not a coffee drinker, so that would be up to Bonnie to do.
I'll have to stop in there one morning.
Well, that means you could pour a little something in it and make the coffee taste better.
Okay, all right.
And I think I talked about this one last year. The Kamada Group, their custom-made cabinets, which is a dying art anymore. Usually they're the prefab cabinets. They're nice. Builders slap them up there, but custom-made cabinets are something that it's a dying breed of people who do that.
They make them by hand, just like the carpenters used to do.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, Joe,
So
if people want to reach out to you again, if they want to find out about any of these new businesses and how they can, go see these businesses or get information for their business themselves, give out your contact information one more time, please.
I will, and that reminded me, Evan, before I do that. The other thing, of course, one of the things are referrals. People call here all of the time asking referrals. Now, we don't single anyone out. If someone calls and asks for a roofer, we give them a list of our roofers. So that there's also referrals that come with that, obviously. So you can call me at 772-287-1088. My extension is 108. Any of my staff can help you. If I'm not available, just push 0 for operator and someone will be on the phone immediately to help you. Or you can go to our website, www.stewartmartinchamber.org.
All right, that's our very special guest, Mr. Joe Catrabone. He is the gentleman that heads up the Stewart Martin Chamber of Commerce. Joe, always a pleasure to speak with you, and give me a holler. Let me know if you're going to be popping by next week so we can make sure and leave the door open for you.
I'll do it. I'll let you know.
All right, you take care, and thanks for joining us this morning.
Have a good weekend, guys.
All right, have a great weekend. 7:46 on the Get Up and Go show. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A group of Martin County elementary school students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks because of the coronavirus. WPTV's news anchor Michael Williams tells us more.
A group of Martin County elementary school students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks. The school district there tells us it affects students in one classroom at Seawind Elementary. Students on one bus route have also been told to stay home for 14 days after a peer showed possible symptoms of coronavirus. Today, just the second day back for Martin County students. The school district there is saying in part tonight, we continue to ask all of our students and employees to stay home if they're experiencing symptoms of illness. This is our #1 risk mitigation strategy, they go on to say, and it cannot be stressed enough, end quote.
There's a hearing in Tallahassee today on the Florida Education Association lawsuit challenging the emergency order requiring schools to reopen for face-to-face learning. FEA President Frederick Ingram says administrators and teachers are doing the best they can.
But guess what? They're doing it with lack of funds. And the governor has said nothing about money that is going to take to educate these children given our new normal.
School districts outside of South Florida risk losing state funds if they don't open with brick and mortar classrooms. And on August 24, students in St. Lucie County will be heading back to school. 51% of students will be returning to campus. The other half will be taking classes from home virtually. WPTV's Derek Lowe has the details.
Should a student test positive for COVID-19, school district officials say the health department will be doing the contact tracing to decide which students need to be sent home to quarantine.
The kids are going to go to school, they're going to get sick, unfortunately, and they're going to send them back. And they're going to shut down the school.
Stephen Mazzo is not optimistic about students returning to campus on August 24th.
I didn't think about it. I knew I wanted to keep her home.
On Wednesday, the superintendent announced students should avoid riding the bus if possible. And for those that do, there will be assigned seating.
We need the students in the same seats because if somebody does test positive and we do the contact tracing, then it's real easy to find out who sat close to that individual student.
At school, masks will be required. Anyone with a fever over 100.4 will be sent home.
There may be a couple of bumps along the way as we first roll this out because this is really going to be a little bit new, but we will have it fine-tuned very, very quickly.
Students at home will still have the option to pick up frozen meals on campus. Laptops will be given out on Monday, August 17th.
My school online will not look like the last 9 weeks looked because then we threw it together so quickly because we had no other option, and we got the computers out quickly. But now we've had time really to adequately train up our teachers.
Steven says he's having to hire a babysitter to watch his daughter since him and his wife both work. But because he has underlying health conditions, it's their only option.
Because we are going higher with the coronavirus, I think they should have waited to start school to maybe next year. In January versus now.
Visitors will be allowed on campus, of course, in limited numbers only. The superintendent says they will have to have their temperature taken, and they'll also have to fill out paperwork stating where they've recently been. Reporting in St. Lucie County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
And let's take a look at sports. The Major League Baseball action. New York Mets last night do take a win, 11-6, beating Washington Nationals. And Baltimore over the Phillies by a score of 5-4. And the Yankees win 6-3 over the Braves. Also yesterday, Miami Marlins upset the Toronto Blue Jays by a score of 14-11. The Chicago Cubs win. Also, the Diamondbacks take a win. And it looks like the Chicago White Sox beating the Detroit Tigers 7-5. News time at 7:51. Weather and traffic together are next.
7:52 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, on the turnpike to the north of us, up in Fort Pierce, on the turnpike southbound, before you hit Midway Road, there's some metal debris blocking the right lane, so motorists asked to just use some caution right there. But no accidents for St. Lucie County, and Martin County is looking like a clear ride right now. There's your latest look at traffic. Stuart, we have 79. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, warm and humid with a chance for isolated coastal rainfall. This afternoon, hot and humid with highs in the low 90s, partly sunny skies and breezy winds out of the southeast. Scattered showers and a few strong inland thunderstorms will develop, while rain chances will remain lower closer to the coast. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
7:57, the time on the Get Up and Go show. And Bonnie, before we get to the news, I want to call the stimulus package hotline again. Here we go.
Thank you for calling the Stimulus Check Information Line. If you are waiting for your second $1,200 stimulus check, please stay on the line. In fact, why don't you watch the entire Godfather trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, then watch Titanic, Gone with the Wind, and Dances with Wolves? In other words, this could take a while. So, try not to get sick, ask your landlord for another extension, and stock up on the top ramen. Thanks for calling the Stimulus Check Information Line.
That's pretty much what it's like when you call those lines nowadays. It's like,
Yeah.
boy, you better pack lunch, dinner, breakfast, a pillow to take a nap, and then you can drive to the store and come back and you'll still be on hold.
Even when I remember logging into the unemployment system to Evan a while back, and I
Yeah.
think on the computer they showed a little guy that was in the operation block, and then
Right.
it would show where you were waiting in line just to
Right.
get in on the system.
Right. They've really improved that system an awful lot since then.
That's
I will
a
say that much.
Good thing. That's a blessing
Yeah,
then
it's
if they have.
definitely so without. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, well, gosh only knows what's going to happen. It's the last hour on a Thursday for a Throwback Thursday. If you want to partake in the program, we always welcome your phone calls. Before I forget, I got to wish John a happy birthday.
Oh,
Even though his
yeah.
birthday's Saturday, we have to remember to do that
It is
tomorrow
Saturday.
as well.
We might
And then,
take Jono to eat too.
yeah, take him for all you can eat ribs.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, over at Cowboys.
Yeah, he'll bring his bibs along, his barbecue bibs.
And his can of Lysol to go with it.
Yes.
Just don't spray the food, whatever you do.
Oh, no.
We're WSTU Stewart or Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next, and then hour number 3 of the Thursday edition of the Get Up and Go show is just around the corner. Don't go anywhere.
the air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected with the Get Up and Go show. And now here's your host, Evan and Bonnie.
Who's ready for an awesome day?
Should be. I'm left-handed.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
She's left-handed.
I thought I was left-handed.
I'm left-handed.
See, I'm a southpaw.
Southpaw.
A southpaw means you're left-handed.
I'm left-handed.
It's International Left-Handers Day.
Sinister being Latin for left-handed.
Raise your left hand.
I see you're left-handed.
Happy International Left-Handers Day.
It's showtime.
You realize it's International Left-Handed Day
And
today?
a salute to our left-handers,
Yeah.
Evan.
Well, you only salute with the right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are anybody left-handed? Are you?
My son, my oldest son, is a lefty.
Is he a complete lefty or?
Complete lefty.
So he does everything left-handed.
Yeah.
I've always
Yeah.
been considered left-handed. However, I don't do everything left-handed.
Watch this. Here we go. I wonder if he'll answer. Let's see. He's a lefty. Calling him on the radio live. He's gonna hate me for
probably
this.
answering right now with his left hand.
He might be.
Hello?
Wow, he answered the phone. That's a shock. Good morning, son.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, you're on the radio with me this morning.
Wow. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, there you go. You know what today is?
Not sure what's today.
It's International Left-Handed Day.
Oh, wow. I fit right in that scope right there.
Yeah, that's why I figured I'd call you up and wish you a happy International Left-Handed Day.
Well, thank you, Dad. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yeah, it's not very often I call you while I'm on the radio live.
So how did the world treat you growing up as being a left-hander? Were you treated all right?
I was treated all right. I know there's a statistic out there about the amount of injuries that left-handed people get trying to use right-handed things, but I've been fortunate enough not to fall in that statistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I know, like say I write with my left hand,
Mm-hmm.
but when I was a little girl, they would always throw left-handed scissors at me, and I couldn't use them because how mixed up is this? I actually use the scissors with my right hand.
Okay.
So I could never use those lefties that they would throw at me
Yeah.
and sling at my head, just like you say.
Yeah, and Uncle George is a left-handed person also as well.
Yeah, a lot of great left-handed people.
Yeah, are you toting yourself on the radio? Is that what you're doing?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Thank you very much. It's a kid that's got one. And I will
Yeah.
say this much. I'll give him props. Back in his high school days, he pitched a no-hitter, so he's got a no-hitter under his belt.
Two of them. Thank you.
Two of them for his high school baseball team.
Uh-huh.
Coach Nick Franco, Santa Lucia's Chiefs,
That's awesome.
home of the red and the black.
So did you throw that ball when you're pitching with your left hand?
Well, of course, he's a left-hander. What do you think, Bonnie?
Well, okay, now because here's the thing. See, I am considered left-handed also, but my pitch would be thrown with my right hand.
Well, that means you're ambidextrous.
and to catch the ball with my left hand.
Yeah.
Not completely ambidextrous though, because I'm not. I think ambidextrous people might be strong in both divisions, but I just kind of am sort of mixed up where I do different things
All
with, like eating too. If I'm at the dinner table, I will eat with a knife and fork, eat with my left
All right.
hand.
Where's my grandson Ashton at?
He is home with Mom. I'm on my way to work.
Oh, okay. I thought for sure he'd be in the car with you on the way to daycare.
No, not today.
Okay, that's right. You guys are up and moving. They sold their home.
Really?
I'm excited for them. Yeah.
Where are you moving?
I'm
to?
airing the laundry. Sorry, I have to air the dirty laundry. Yeah, they it's not dirty laundry. They sold their house, their home that they built.
Yeah.
The first house that Ashton ever lived in,
Uh-huh.
and they're building a brand new palatial palace.
How exciting is that?
Uh-huh.
Where are you moving to? Where are you building it?
We don't want to divulge that information, but they're moving somewhere in Port St. Lucie.
Nice. Oh, that's
Yeah.
very exciting.
Building a 4-bedroom. Is it 2-bath or 3-bath? What are you going for?
2.5.
Oh, 2.5. They're
Yeah.
going to have a half bath.
People just like building. I know building is going up all over the place. In fact, I told your dad that like a few weeks ago I was running through Port St. Lucie, and people are building like all over that neighborhood. Coronavirus hasn't stopped the building process.
Nope. In fact, it's actually people like to spend money. It's
Yeah.
it's called a comfort thing. So obviously, My son and Delilah weren't feeling too comforted, so they decided to spend a bunch of money, and they built a house, and now they're comforted.
There you
They're
go.
comforted. There you go.
With a few tweaks, I mean, I guess if that's how you want to word it.
Yeah, with a few tweaks here and there, but no, definitely so.
Very
Definitely so.
And now your grandson's going to live a little bit closer.
Oh yeah, they'll be closer. Believe me, trust me. That's more time with my grandkid.
More fun for you and Rachel.
Sorry,
That's
the grandkid.
cool.
The grandkid takes precedence over, the son and the
Oh.
daughter-in-law.
But now you're going to have to babysit all the time, Evan.
That's all right.
You're-
Trust me, Rachel will love that,
I mean-
right? Right, Darren.
That is true.
We cannot get enough of that kid. Let me tell you, he's just
Yeah.
so damn cute.
What's his name? Ashton?
Ashton Liam.
Was he named after Ashton Kutcher?
No,
No,
it's Kutcher, not
had a little
Kutcher.
bit, had a little bit of inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, the name is awfully cool,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashton is a very sophisticated, little partial here, but Ashton Liam is a very sophisticated name for today's business
I
world.
agree. Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
I
so
like it.
He could, maybe follow in his father's footsteps, what his father does for a living.
Be the next little businessman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But not so much as the fact that when my son lost his job, okay, this is where I get to throw him under the bus. This is when he lost his job, and then he went out in his work clothes, faking dad,
Oh, yeah.
thinking he was going to work, looking for another job, and then he comes home and says, "Dad, I got to tell you something." So, but I do give him props, though. He went out and did what he did, and that's why he's very successful, because he's very ambitious.
And sometimes you got to make mistakes to,
Right.
make them correct in the future.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, didn't mean to throw you under the bus, kid.
It's all right. I was a young teenager, but you learn from your mistakes.
That's true, and
Yeah.
we all do, and that's why you're as successful as you are today, and I'm very proud of you. Not only you, but you and Haley and Dylan and of course Gavin, the little one in the family.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. All right, I'll let you go. I know you've heard enough of me. So
He sounds a little bit like Phil. He's got like a Phil thing going on.
No, he's definitely far from Phil.
I thought
Trust
he
me.
sounded a little bit
Please
like
don't
him.
relate him to Phil. Whatever
No?
you do, he's far from Phil.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a little bit of similarity in the
Far
voice.
from Phil. All right, listen. Have a great day at work, and I will see you guys whenever. And good luck this weekend.
All right. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Talk to you later. Bye bye now.
Okay. Bye bye.
Time for stupid news.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
By the way, George messaged me. He is left-handed. He pitches with his right hand, and he bowls with his left hand. God only knows.
Okay,
That's
so
weird.
George almost. So George, I pitch with my right hand.
Yeah.
I bowl with my right hand as well. I don't bowl with my left hand,
Okay.
and that's no bowl. But yeah,
No
that's pretty
bowl?
weird.
No bowl?
I almost thought I followed George to the pattern until he said he bowls left-handed, and well,
Okay.
I can't do that.
All right. Let's go to Texas, where a guy in Texas got arrested and released, but was still angry at the cops. So instead of leaving, he hid in the bathroom until everyone was gone. Then he climbed into the ceiling, snuck into a courtroom, and managed to get into the computer system. He left them a note that said he wanted justice. Later, they showed up at his house, and he managed to hide for a while, but they eventually arrested the guy. Now he's back in jail.
Wow, he actually went through that, like hiding in a ceiling.
Yep.
Ceiling area.
Yep.
Man, he went through a lot to avoid
Bonnie, you're
that.
going to like this next stupid news story. Has to do with cats. Crazy cat people now have no excuse for being single because they just got their own dating app. Okay? It's a new app called Tabby, and it was launched this past Saturday for International Cat Day, and it specifically caters to single people with cats. You create a profile and describe yourself just like normal dating apps, but you're also encouraged to upload photos and videos of your cats and describe their personality.
Oh, that's
and
kind of
set
cool.
up cat-friendly dates with other people.
Yeah.
You can check it out at the App Store and Google Play or on their website, tabbydates.com. The same company launched a dog-centric dating app earlier this year called Dig.
Yeah, and I don't really think that's a stupid idea because you can date other people that are pet friendly too.
Exactly.
And when you get married, sometimes those animals, often than not, the animals come with you.
I wonder if Big Kitty's been on the app.
I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder
Wow.
if Big Kitty has been on this app
I wonder
called Tabby.
if there's been any prior owner of a Big Kitty that maybe had Big Kitty on that app.
Well, now that Fredo is the rightful owner of Big Kitty, we're going to have to tell Fredo about tabbydates.com.
Oh, he'll be on there all the time.
Yeah,
Evan.
Fredo will be on there all the time because, Fredo, he is just a ladies' man.
or so he thinks he is.
He's a ladies' man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he always is that ladies' man. I have one more stupid news story before we get to real news. A Pinellas County man is facing charges after police said he assaulted a child for wearing a mask at a restaurant. The incident occurred Sunday night at Ricky T's in Treasure Island, Florida. Police said 47-year-old Jason Copenhaver walked up to a boy who was sitting at a table wearing a mask and told the boy to take it off. Police said the suspect also asked the child if he could shake his hand. When the boy refused, police said Copenhaver grabbed the boy's arm and got close enough to his face that the spit landed on the child.
Oh, gee.
Police said the suspect told the child, "You now have coronavirus," and afterwards, police said Copenhaver entered the bar area and a co-worker asked him to have a seat. According to the arrest affidavit, Copenhaver was described as intoxicated and was not wearing any shoes. They said he approached the worker in a threatening manner and attempted to strike the worker twice. The same worker took physical control of Copenhaver, walked him outside the restaurant, held him down to the ground until cops arrived. He was arrested on charges of simple battery, disorderly conduct. Police said that he told them he doesn't know if he had the virus and has never been tested.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a wild story.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about this is things go viral now, and that would be a very embarrassing moment in time for this individual.
No.
Particularly going up to the child and, getting
Yeah.
upset about the mask. And was that Treasure Island?
Treasure Island, Florida.
I didn't know there was a Treasure
That's up in
Island
the Tampa area.
in Pinellas County, right?
Yeah, that's over in the Tampa area.
Oh, now I want to go.
Yep.
Wanna
By the
go
way, my
there.
father-in-law is a lefty.
Is he?
Yeah, my father-in-law is a lefty also.
Gary.
Gary is.
I wonder if
Gary's a lefty.
I wonder if he's a 100% lefty like your son is.
I don't know. Maybe we'll call him a little bit later and we'll find out.
Yeah, or
Who
just
knows?
half lefty like George and I are those half lefties.
Okay. Also, want to say good morning to my friend Petey, otherwise known as Petra. She is on the feed, and let me guess, George, one of you all. Okay, very good. Petra's on the feed, and her and George are having a conversation.
Oh wow!
So I'm going to let them converse on the feed
and
on right now while
hook
we
up a
get
little
to
bit?
no,
Uh-oh.
absolutely. That is such a no.
Oh, I don't know.
No, George and Petra will never hook up.
Okay.
No. That's a huge no.
I've never seen them together,
No,
so I don't.
you never
know them.
will see them together, trust me. 8:20 right now. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A group of Martin County elementary school students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks because of the coronavirus. WPTV's news anchor Michael Williams tells us more.
A group of Martin County elementary school students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks. The school district there tells us it affects students in one classroom at Seawind Elementary. Students on one bus route have also been told stay home for 14 days after a peer showed possible symptoms of coronavirus. Today, just the second day back for Martin County students. The school district there is saying in part tonight, we continue to ask all of our students and employees to stay home if they're experiencing symptoms of illness. This is our #1 risk mitigation strategy, they go on to say, and it cannot be stressed enough, end quote.
Boynton Beach police are investigating suspicious objects found in the area of Congress Avenue and Old Boynton Road following reports of a loud noise in the area. WPTV's Todd Wilson was on the scene last night and has the story.
Parking lot of the Best Buy at the Boynton Town Center. And behind me here, let me show you what's going on here. You can obviously see the flashing lights of fire and rescue. There are a number of agencies here from Delray Beach to Boynton Beach, of course, Fire and Rescue Police. And of course, you've got the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department. What we understand is that right now things may look like it's lulled down, but that's not the case, because we understand that the Sheriff's Department has sent 2 X-ray robotics cameras down to Hoadley to check out the devices or device that they say that was found. Now, how all this started was actually from a call to the Boynton Beach Police Department about a loud noise between the area of Congress Avenue and Old Boynton Road. Now, once officers got here, they say that they found suspicious objects. Suspicious objects is what they found. Now, from that point, they decided that it was best to just shut down the area. So they shut down Old Boynton Road from Congress to Renaissance Commons Boulevard. They also shut down the shopping center in this area here, but also started an evacuation for an apartment complex, Point Sienna West, but also several houses down Hoadley Road. Now, I just spoke to a woman who said that she's been waiting for an hour and a half, maybe almost 2 hours to try to get home. Take a listen to what she had to say.
Since the 4th of July, there's been really loud noises in the neighborhood. Like, the only thing that could have made that loud a sound is a bomb. I've never heard something so loud before. And like when you're outside, it hurts your ears. It's so loud.
Now, just after we got here, we saw that the Sheriff's Department sent up several drones, but also they had their bomb squad show up here. Now, right now, what we saw, I'd say no more than 30 minutes ago, was 2 X-ray scanners that were sent down Hoadley Road. So they are checking out whatever they were sent here to view and figure out exactly what they have. But right now, investigators are not saying exactly what type of objects that they did find. Live in Boynton Beach, Todd Wilson, WPTV News Channel 5.
Lastly, you know how Christmas stuff shows up in stores earlier and earlier every year? Now that's happening with pumpkin stuff too. Dunkin' Donuts just announced they're rolling out their pumpkin lineup next Wednesday. It includes their pumpkin spice latte, apple cider, donuts, and more. Starbucks is still holding firm and won't be releasing their pumpkin spice latte until the end of the month. In the NBA scores yesterday, we had the LA Clippers beating Denver Nuggets 124-111, and Miami Heat only losing by 1 point to Oklahoma City Thunder yesterday. Philadelphia get beat by Toronto Raptors 125-121. The Pacers beating the Rockets 108-104. In NHL scores, we had the New York Islanders taking a win, and the Boston Bruins 1-2. And it's 8:24. Weather and traffic together are next.
$8:26 the time on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, we have been incident-free throughout this Thursday morning, and traffic is moving right along still on US 1, our major highways. So far, so good this morning. There's your latest look at traffic. In Palm City, partly sunny. It's 80 degrees. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, warm and humid with a chance for isolated coastal rainfall. This afternoon, hot and humid with highs in the low 90s, partly sunny skies and breezy winds out of the southeast. Scattered showers and a few strong inland thunderstorms will develop, while rain chances will remain lower closer to the coast. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
I just want to let this play for a little bit. I haven't done this in a while. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Big Top. And now, the ringmaster himself. He's outstanding in his own field, has the most knowledge about space, and I'm not talking about space between your ears, but he'll definitely take you to any other place that no man has ever gone with all his knowledge. Please welcome the one and only ravishing Randy Siegel.
With Miss Elizabeth. Wait a minute, that's not right.
Oh, you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, let's do it right. Ooh, yeah. There you go. All right, take it away, Randy.
Good morning, everybody. Commander Chris Cassidy and flight engineer Anatoly Ivanushin on the International Space Station, they partnered up to put a lot of trash away in the old facility. That facility will be undocked on the 18th and have a fiery re-entry, but safe re-entry over the atmosphere, through the atmosphere above the South Pacific Ocean. Cassidy started up his day by setting up a Space Frontier studio. Yep, the live streaming science activities from the Japanese Kibo Laboratory module will be broadcast to audiences on the ground. He then spent the afternoon installing new science hardware that will study gas fluid flows in porous media in the microgravity science glove box. Results from the packed bed reactor experiment could benefit life support systems on the space station and future missions to the moon and Mars. Earth observations are continuing on the Russian side of the station. A long-running study has been monitoring the natural and man-made conditions above the globe and down to the forests in an attempt to forecast potential catastrophes. Cosmonaut Ivan Wagner worked during the morning servicing Russian plumbing hardware. The first-time space flyer then spent the rest of the day inventorying common office supplies, such as paper, cartridges, pens, and tape. What is really interesting, if you didn't know before, when the first Russian cosmonaut went into space, he used a pencil to make notes. The United States, though, had to do better than that, so we made a pressurized pen by the Fisher Pen Company. Which is the best way to go? I don't know. Voting also takes place from the International Space Station, believe it or not. Using the Lurch 5B transporter satellite created by the ISS specialist ensures a successful transmission from the Russian segment of the International Space Station of data on voting on amendments to the Russian Constitution. While in orbit, Anatoly Ivanushin personally took part in the voting, and Ivan Wagner cast his vote through a confidant, the commander of the Roscosmos Cosmonaut Corps, Oleg Kononenko, who was at that time in Mission Control Center. Kononenko read out the information from the ballot to Wagner and noted the necessary items at his request. After that, he dropped the ballot into the box. Could there have been problems with that? But nah, there weren't any. There's an Ariane 5 rocket that has been given the go-ahead to fly. Ariane 5 will be launched from French Guiana on the 14th, coming up quite rapidly. That launch will take place at between 5:33 and 6:20 p.m. They'll place into orbit 2 telecommunication satellites, the Galaxy 3 for Intelsat and the BSat 4B for BSat, both of which are long-time Ariane Space customers. The coronavirus has caused a lot of problems with satellite builders. Viasat, who produces broadband satellites, said making a launch date by mid-2021 does not look very likely. Viasat has a contract for all 3 Viasat satellites it and Boeing are building. One for the SpaceX Falcon Heavy, one for Ariane Space's Ariane 6 vehicle, and one for United Launch Alliance's Atlas V. But they have not said what order they're going to use it in, and the delay will end up costing more money. Michael Griffin, the former NASA administrator, has stepped down as Undersecretary of Defense in July. He joined the board of directors of small satellite launch company Rocket Lab as the company seeks to grow its influence in the government business. Founder Peter Beck said that he's in a good position to utilize the knowledge of Griffin. Griffin has moved between government and industry throughout his career. Before serving as Undersecretary of Defense, he was best known as being NASA administrator from 2005 to 2009. While leading NASA, he oversaw development of the Constellation program and initiated the Commercial Orbital Transportation Services program for commercial cargo vehicles going to the International Space Station. So a big wealth of knowledge goes to that company. Rocket Lab is also on track to recover its Electron booster later this year as it seeks to improve the payload performance of the small vehicle. It has completed a series of drop tests and demonstrated that its parachute would deploy as expected and slow the booster for recovery. They are hopeful they can have a plane trailing a hook to catch the parachute and then save the vehicle from going down. Lastly, I've got two quick stories. One is the first orbital Dream Chaser spaceplane that recently got its wings now has a name. That name is Tenacity. And lastly, the final survivor. There's only one man left, Boris Volyanov from the original cosmonaut team. He's 86 years old and the first Jewish cosmonaut to enter space. Tomorrow we'll tell you about launches coming up and an all-hands meeting for NASA. Until then, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel. He appears with us each and every weekday to talk about what's happening in outer space. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie's standing by with the latest and greatest to soothe a hungry person so you're not hangry.
Yep, and the spirits are high right at Ellie's Deli today for the cheese lovers. Maybe you just gotta have your cheese. Well, Chef Mark is serving up this 4-cheese melt for you, prepared fresh, and of course, the cheese melt on a bread of your choice. Now it's topped with cheddar, Munster, pepper jack, and Swiss in there. Cheese all melted together and topped with bacon and tomato, served with a side of your choice. And you know what? It's a really great idea with the weather being dry. I don't think it's going to rain today. Maybe you're on your way to the beach. You can pick up freshly prepared sandwiches from Ellie's Deli and bring them on your way to the beach today. Ellie's also serving Mrs. Peter's smoked fish dip. He serves it fine over a bed of lettuce with chopped onion, tomato, jalapenos, and crackers. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart now has their patio back open. Plus, they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stuart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart.
It's time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold is opening up at $1,925.90 an ounce, and silver is opening up at $26.15 an ounce. That's your Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. 8:40 right now. It's news time. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by.
Thank you, Evan. A group of Martin County Elementary School students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks because of coronavirus. WPTV's news anchor Michael Williams tells us more.
A group of Martin County Elementary School students will have to quarantine for the next 2 weeks. The school district there tells us it affects students in one classroom at Seawind Elementary. Students on one bus route have also been told to stay home for 14 days after a peer showed possible symptoms of coronavirus. Today, just the second day back for Martin County students. The school district there is saying in part tonight, we continue to ask all of our students and employees to stay home if they're experiencing symptoms of illness. This is our #1 risk mitigation strategy, they go on to say, and it cannot be stressed enough, end quote.
On August 24, students in St. Lucie County will be heading back to school. 51% of students will be returning to campus. The other half will be taking classes from home virtually. And WPTV's Derek Lowe has details.
Should a student test positive for COVID-19, school district officials say the health department will be doing the contact tracing to decide which students need to be sent home to quarantine.
The kids are going to go to school, they're going to get sick, unfortunately, and they're going to send them back. And they're going to shut down the school.
Stephen Mazzo is not optimistic about students returning to campus on August 24th.
I didn't think about it. I knew I wanted to keep her home.
On Wednesday, the superintendent announced students should avoid riding the bus if possible. And for those that do, there will be assigned seating.
We need the students in the same seats because if somebody does test positive and we do the contact tracing, then it's real easy to find out who sat close to that individual student.
At school, masks will be required. Anyone with a fever over 100.4 will be sent home.
There may be a couple of bumps along the way as we first roll this out because this is really going to be a little bit new, but we will have it fine-tuned very, very quickly.
Students at home will still have the option to pick up frozen meals on campus. Laptops will be given out on Monday, August 17th.
My School Online will not look like the last 9 weeks looked because then we threw it together so quickly because we had no other option, and we got the computers out quickly. But now we've had time really to adequately train up our teachers.
Steven says he's having to hire a babysitter to watch his daughter since him and his wife both work. But because he has underlying health conditions, it's their only option.
Because we are going higher with the coronavirus, I think they should have waited to start school to maybe next year. In January versus now.
Visitors will be allowed on campus, of course, in limited numbers only. The superintendent says they will have to have their temperature taken, and they'll also have to fill out paperwork stating where they've recently been. Reporting in St. Lucie County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Tropical Depression 11, which is churning in the Atlantic Ocean, is expected to strengthen into Tropical Storm Josephine, according to the National Hurricane Center. WPTV's chief meteorologist Steve Weigel keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Josephine.
The tropics are starting to get a little more active. We have still a tropical depression, number 11, expected to become Tropical Storm Josephine about 2,000 miles away from South Florida and expected to turn to the east before we get any closer to us. There's a look at the forecast track. This just came out from the Hurricane Center, bringing it to a tropical storm in the next 24 hours, although that's been the trend for the last couple of days. And then eventually a turn toward the northwest and weakening once again as it encounters some shear and just really unfavorable weather conditions out day 4 and day 5. So it's expected to stay weak and stay well east, not only of Florida, but the Bahamas through the weekend and early next week, and just to the north of Puerto Rico on Sunday. The computer model tracks in very good agreement, and they've been very consistent the last few days, making that turn northwest and then eventually north toward Bermuda. But as a week, just really a rainmaker and a gusty wind maker.
And we take a quick look at sports. The Big 12 Conference reaffirmed its decision to press on with college football and other fall sports Wednesday, joining the Atlantic Coast and Southeastern conferences in taking the field amid the coronavirus pandemic. The move came one day after the Big 10 and Pac-12 announced they would not be participating this fall. There is a chance those two Power 5 leagues will push their seasons to the spring, but that remains to be determined. News time, it's 8:45. Weather and traffic together are next.
8:47 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
You know, it's really been a nice ride here all morning, Evan, throughout this Thursday, and it's still looking like it that way. So if you got to get there by 9:15, 9:30, you don't even have to give yourself extra time. You should get there. No accidents, no tie-ups. There's your latest look at traffic. In Port St. Lucie, it's 80 with sunshine. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, warm and humid with a chance for isolated coastal rainfall. This afternoon, hot and humid with highs in the low 90s, partly sunny skies and breezy winds out of the southeast. Scattered showers and a few strong inland thunderstorms will develop, while rain chances will remain lower closer to the coast. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:50 the time of the Get Up and Go show. It's Evan and Bonnie, and of course, do I need to tell you who's on the phone? It's like clockwork. He calls all the time. Good morning, old man. How you doing? All right, we lost the old man down the road. He was on the phone. Wow. Okay. Well, the phone hung up.
Maybe he had to go help Edna with something.
Yeah, maybe Edna fell and she couldn't get up.
Or they had to fry something in the frying pan together.
Yeah, let's try this again. Round 2. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Hello? Okay. So why aren't we hearing anything?
I don't know. Maybe he's like playing games with us.
I don't know.
Like, I think the old man is just kind of like playing.
There's something wrong.
He's playing with us this morning.
Yeah, this is not good.
Holy man. Or maybe
I hope our phone system is not messed up.
Wrong with the phone system right here.
No.
Which tells me maybe we should, try to revamp it because there might be later shows where they're needing the phone.
I don't
today.
know, but let me try something here.
Okay.
I'm just going to try from my cell phone. And let's see here, 772-220-9788. So let's see if this is going to work.
Yeah.
I'm going to try my cell phone.
Okay.
And see if it's going to work. And it's not even ringing.
Oh, that's like really.
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's see if that's going to work. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Okay. So see, I'm not even hearing.
Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness, I'm down in a holler. So it's kind of got disconnected a few times.
Okay. So can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I was wondering what was going on. Jeez, I was getting worried there.
Are you down like in the Ruby Falls of Tennessee or somewhere, like way deep down in a holler, like you're saying? Wow, this is a bad
I don't know what's
connection.
up with his phone.
I don't think he can hear me too, Evan.
All right.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you now. Are you okay there, old man? Where are you?
Well, it's very, very foggy out here. My goodness.
Okay.
And we're down at dollar, so it's Edna's driving this time.
Oh, okay. Well, just be careful if Edna's driving. You know,
Oh,
she'll
yeah.
drive you crazy, for gosh sakes.
Oh my goodness, does she ever?
I'm sure she does. Well, old man, you always call it the perfect time because it's time to play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader against Bonnie? So let's do it. Here we go. Yeah, or are you smarter than an old man, we'll say. How about that one, right?
Putting me to the test.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you like this game, old man? Do you like to play this?
Oh, I like to play any game.
Yeah, he's a gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a gamer. All right. So the way the game works, I've got 5 questions. I'll give you a multiple choice. And if you get it right, you get control and you get to keep on going. The winner who has the person who has the most amount of points at the very end will be the winner. Let's spin the wheel and see who's going to go first.
Oh, old man could go. He could go first, Evan.
That's all right.
Because I think I picked the game today.
No, that's all right.
All
Don't
right.
worry about it, Bonnie.
Okay.
We're good. And as the wheel goes round and round and round, and yep, the old man does go first. All
Okay.
right. So, old man, here we go. Here's your question. What is the weight of air? Is it A, air mass, B, air pressure, or C, air density? Which one?
I think it's air density.
Did you say density? Incorrect.
Density.
Density. He's a little dense today. All right, Bonnie, what do you think it is?
I think it is, what was the other one's, pressure or mass?
Air mass, air pressure, or air density?
Air pressure.
Air pressure is correct. All right, very good. Bonnie has a point, and Bonnie's in control. Question number 2. What 2 things led up to the American Revolution? Is it A, the Boston Massacre, B, A, the Boston Massacre and Boston Tea Party, B, slavery and taxes, or C, the Boston Tea Party and Constitutional Convention?
What was the first one? The
Boston Massacre and Boston Tea Party.
I'm going to go with C with that convention. And I should know this
Incorrect.
revolution history. Hi,
Yes.
Phil.
All right.
Phil's here to
Phil
help
just
me out.
walked in. All right. Well, is it old man? Is it A, Boston Massacre and Boston Tea Party, or B, slavery and taxes?
It'd be Boston Tea Party.
And that is correct. All right. Very good. All right. You're in control. The game is 1-1. Old man, here we go. What is the process where a liquid changes to gas? Is it A, condensation, B, precipitation, or C, evaporation? And somebody's wearing too much cologne. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Let me get the right microphone on here. There we go.
Don't I smell purty?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Ba ba boom.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
man. Wow. Oh man. Smells like a perfume shop in here.
It's that when you brought the question with the air
Oof.
pressure changing into the gas
Jeez.
and then it
I
come
know.
rolling in.
Well,
What are you wearing? Brute?
by Fabergé.
Fabergé.
I don't
Yes.
even think we need to spray the Lysol now,
No,
Evan.
yeah. Phil Lysol.
I just
room.
sanitized the air.
Yeah. All right. So, old man, what's the process where liquid changes to gas? Condensation, precipitation, or evaporation?
Phil farting.
No, come on.
I'll go with B.
B. Incorrect. Bonnie, what do you think it is?
What were the other two again?
Condensation or evaporation?
I think it is condensation.
Incorrect. It's evaporation.
Wow.
All right, here we go, old man. You still have control. Who leads the executive branch of our government? Is it A, the Congress, B, the president, or C, the Supreme Court?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Who leads the executive branch of our government? Is it A, Congress, B, President, or C,
President.
Supreme Court?
President.
Correct.
Wow.
All right, last question. The moon revolves around the Earth. That is called the moon's A, orbit, B, rotation, or C, path.
It's its orbit.
Orbit, and correct, and you are the winner.
Oh, the old man wins. Finally,
Yay.
finally winning.
Yeah. All right, very good. All right, old man. Well, where are you headed today with Edna in the 1987 Winnebago?
We're going to head down to, looks like we're going to head toward George's house.
Oh, you're going to George's. Okay.
Wow.
All right, very good. All right, well, be safe and give Edna a big hug for us. And we will talk to you sometime tomorrow and get an update on where you are.
Okay, Phil, don't smell like a streetwalker anymore now.
All right. Jeez.
Oh, stop it.
I think
All right,
Phil,
bye.
Phil
All
smells
right.
better than that Winnebago.
The old
I would
man.
hate to be in that Winnebago.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the inside of the Winnebago. So, Phil, what do we owe the honor? Wow,
Well, I just happened to be down the street, and I said, well, I need to say hi to my friends.
wow, you're on the street corner.
Haven't
Okay.
seen your smiling face in a long
Since
time.
February,
It's been
actually,
a
since
long
April
time.
22nd, actually.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
I haven't been in studio.
That is
so.
we-
Wow,
I
has it been that long?
Yeah.
forgot
Yes.
what you looked like. Of course, Evan sees you every other weekend or
Yes.
something,
Yeah.
but I even forgot what you had looked like.
By the way,
Are
there's
you
a
disappointed?
there's a desk set up back there for you to film Phil's notebook. That's where you're going to do the next episode of Phil's
They
notebook.
call me Phil.
That's right.
That's it.
That's it.
So
wow.
I even brought a top 10 list for you.
Did you really?
Yes.
No, we don't have
We
time.
don't have time?
No, because we
Oh.
only have like a minute left in the
Oh,
show.
okay.
Can
That
you
would
make
have
it
been
top
great.
2 or 3?
No,
Or save
no,
it?
no. If you do a top 10,
Okay.
it's got to be a top. It's
Yes.
got to be a top
Oh,
10.
well.
Thought we could at least squeeze in 2.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Make up your own joke for that.
No, yeah, definitely make up your
Maybe
own
2 beers before the show is done.
Yeah, there you
There you
go.
go.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap for us, folks. The Get Up and Go Show, the Thursday edition. Tomorrow it's Freestyle Falls Count Anywhere Friday, where anything goes. It's open phones, open mic, it's open everything. So make sure and be here. It's going to be a knockdown, drag 'em out show. And as always, we say Chow Mein
Honduras.
and Arriva Dirty. Be kind to one another.
And I mentioned freestyle. Maybe
Yeah.
enjoy some swimming today.
All
Do
right.
that
There you go.
freestyle swimming.
And
There
then
you go.
again, I could be wrong. They
This
call
is
me
true.
Phil.
That's right. There we go. Have a great day, folks. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. Don't you dare go anywhere. Bye-bye.